this season and are on the precipice of doing so. Tony Meola, we watch on this atmosphere and the teams walking out onto the pitch. What stands out to you about this second leg?
Yeah, look, the conditions are a little bit different than we saw in leg one. Arsenal struggling a little bit, thinking that maybe the Premier League was slipping.
The way the first leg was competed suggests this one might go all the way to the very end. If there is no winner to be determined in the 90 minutes of the second.
Three underneath him: Trossard, Eze, Saka, who captains the side tonight. Those were three substitutes in Swiss Army knife in this side. Julian Alvarez, 14 goal contributions in 14 matches.
They're the two sides in Europe that have played the most Champions League games without ever securing the trophy. They will look to change that this season. The Atletico in their change trip are Trossard. Free kick taken short. Crowd wants Rice to deliver. This is an easy catch here for Oblak. Some contact on the back post. Calafiori went down, and the crowd appeal as they would. Nothing in it from
it did, but certainly looked good on the weekend. Of course, the pressure just a little bit different in this match tonight. As Koke here, surprisingly getting a piece of Saka in the midfield to be surely contested.
Well done from Giuliano Simeone, who gets it returned to him from Griezmann. In a good position now, running at Gabriel. Early and arriving is Alvarez. And it is going to be given as a goal kick, as Alvarez did touch it last.
Oh, good ball over the top by Griezmann here.
For victories in one season for Arsenal. Eze helping it out for Calafiori, who goes early. Wasn't a bad effort. Wanted to test Oblak from that sort of range.
And again, Chris talking about...
Well shifted into Alvarez. Goes in behind Griezmann towards Lenormand, and it nearly fell for Giuliano Simeone, and it trickles wide.
Oh, what an opportunity. Good moving here. A little splitting ball that gets in behind the back.
Lewis Skelly under pressure. These are the moments he'll be judged against. Enough contact there to see a free kick to it. Gesticulating in the dugout. It's played short here. Griezmann thinking about it, lifting down to the back post, but nobody there really. Calafiori rid only as far as Llorente. Giuliano Simeone. Gabriel. Raya.
Really well done here by Atleti, making it difficult.
93rd minute equalizer to Real Madrid in 2014, then 2016 in a penalty shootout to Real Madrid. It's a club that has come ever so close, but has found heartbreak a common story. Lifted in from Rice with plenty of air. Faria Saka on the back post, and he got his attempt all wrong. Kind of caught in two minds there.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. This thing hangs up in the air. We'll see Saka.
Low delivery, and it nearly came for Trossard. Gyökeres was close. Lewis Skelly only manages to control. Gabriel! Flashing wide, but it's set up for him nicely.
What a good build-up. Talking about Centra, it's going to be the wide areas where you beat them. There's just a move by Saka to come back that Jerry bites with.
Rice stepping in ahead of Alvarez, but got enough contact on him earlier to win the corner. Victor Gyökeres. Still he plays, but then runs into Saka. Neither player really knew what the other wanted to do. They just awkwardly bump into each other.
Yeah, and you mentioned the hold-up play.
He's gone beyond him, though. Rice in the area. Declan Rice with a cutback, and Llorente helps away. But a lovely individual cameo on that far side for Declan Rice. So in the Premier League. This one is now into Lewis Skelly. Does well with his positioning. Lewis Skelly across the face of goal. No one there to respond. Gyökeres the closest, and now Gabriel to keep it in play. White. Llorente flicked into Pubil. Llorente still chasing. Slipped there on that far side. Sees Calafiori on the ground. Now Llorente isolated with Gabriel. Lifted in towards Ademola Lookman, but it's tricky feet there. And Pubil now getting forward. Low into Griezmann. And Llorente, who turns. Llorente with the block in. And it did come kindly for Lookman. Llorente was offside.
Well, it started with a dangerous pass or a risky pass from Oblak through the mid.
Take short. As Saka, edge of the deep for Declan Rice with a block in from Llorente. Down the line, now Gyökeres, again isolated with Hansko. Keeps it, if only for the moment. We're there. Trossard comes from behind. Calafiori and Gabriel will lift in. It deflects on its way through and he will appeal. The crowd will appeal. Eza harried there by a couple. Declan Rice, it deflects and Oblak has to scramble. And it will be... Saliba struggling for an angle and he's nearly given it away there to Ruggeri. It is off the Italian full. Lewis Skelly. Saka. Control back towards White, who got it into Eza. And White towards Eza again. A kind deflection towards Oblak. Gyökeres lifting to the back post. And Trossard deliberates. Trossard saved from Oblak and Saka follows in. And Arsenal have the breakthrough in this second leg on the stroke of halftime. He's back fit, and he's back as the star man for Arsenal, Bukayo Saka. Oh, how they missed him. And he might just have sent Arsenal a giant step closer to the UEFA Champions League final.
Well, it only took one shot on of that game. Who does he unlock? I still think the onus is on Ademola Lookman to get involved in this match. He really hasn't been. In the moments that he had the ball at his feet, he was not good with it.
All sorts of room here for White on this right side from the free kick. Lifts a good cross in. It was free right there for Saliba, but it was over him. Gabriel appeals for a penalty, but none forthcoming. Prefers these sorts of positions towards Alvarez. Receive well. Pubil stepping forward and lifting in. Lookman is in there. As see how they approach it. Pubil again stepping forward. Pubil again trying to lift to the back post. That's easy work for White. Upward ball and Rice steps to intercept. Now opens up the play with Trossard, who's in all sorts of room. Lovely turn. Was a pull of the shirt there from Llorente. Some fans want a yellow card and perhaps justifiable.
Two.
Lifted forward from Koke. It's awkward, and it comes for Giuliano. Who's in? Giuliano, the challenge from Gabriel. Just enough contact to put him off. It's a corner given, but it looked like the equalizer was gaping for Atleti.
Somehow
looks promising. Long busting run forward. Declan Rice might have won it himself. Gives to Gyökeres. We'll play now towards that corner. Lenormand. Lovely return ball for Calafiori. Calafiori. Just lovely central pass into Griezmann as well. Anton Griezmann in towards Lookman, cutting inside of this. This looks fluid here from Arsenal in the build-up. Madueke, and left now Martin Odegaard to strike. And sent that one over. But a lovely passage of build-up play from the Gunners.
The moment that would have been here for Odegaard. Just think the most.
Pubil and Griezmann. Anton Griezmann, save from Raya. Pubil follows in. Challenge coming in. Griezmann now goes over, and it will be given as the free kick against Gabriel before Griezmann went over. Sorloth joined in that forward area. Looks like Alvarez might move out wide as Lewis Skelly is fouled. First Sorloth as Gyökeres. Oblak will come out and claim ahead of him. Was bumped into by the big Swede. And Gyökeres can scarcely believe that's the U.S. internationals on that list. Gyökeres wrestling there with Pubil, who has to go to the ground to lift that one away. Up on there for Llorente, handled it well. Gets it back from Molina. Llorente. Another fantastic challenge in from Rice. Llorente goes chasing and Trossard lifts away. Alvarez. Lovely pass into Alvarez, well found. He goes early. This is catching practice for Simeone. Will use all his allotted changes and throwing on a couple more attackers. Cross for Gyökeres, who's sent over. That might have been their place in the final confirmed. He just couldn't keep it down.
Wow, what a moment. What a moment for that man there. Gyökeres has put in so much work as the game gets...
Molina helped on to Sorloth. Llorente. Molina, that's a dangerous ball given away. Ben White takes aim. Sends that one off target. It is Almada, the former Atlanta United man, who comes on as person who needs to turn this around, and in some ways, domestically and on their way to a final, but they have to see it through to the end. Llorente goes early, Gabriel wins, and Raya will catch from Hanchko, and now Madueke rides the challenge of Almada, and he plays, lifting a cross in, and just sliced through it. He was bumped there. He felt